gosh, look at this beautiful country road. Look at that. So beautiful. Headed out into Charleston, into the city. I'd say good morning to Sam.
Morning, Sam.
Oh, look at all those buzzards. Oh my gosh. They must have had something dead in the road. Katie's riding with Imani and Jamal today, so they are a little bit ahead of us. So we will see you all when we get over there. So right now we are downtown Charleston, and as you can see, the style of the homes, guys, are a little bit different from what we're used to seeing, right, Charlie? It's actually a lot different.
Yes, it looks like WandaVision.
The homes.
It looks like they would be from WandaVision.
Yeah, I like the balconies. This Charleston charm, little quaint city. We in a half a mile. Yes, you're gonna turn left.
What's the name of the street?
State Street. Sam, the church right there in front of us. Wasn't that the Charleston church where that incident happened?
Yeah, I don't know.
I remember the last time we visited and she had pointed it out, the church where those people were shot. The 9 people, I believe it was, were shot.
Read the name of the church.
But let's see. Slow down. Guys, what's the name of this church right here?
Whoa, that's big.
Can you see the name of it?
It's a Catholic church.
It's a Catholic church.
No.
The churches around here know that because Thor had pointed it out to us the last time we were here. It was a Methodist church, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
Mm-hmm. See, there's lots of little places to eat. What is this building? Is this a church? Oh, I know this one is. What is this?
It doesn't say what it is.
It's hard to see.
It's got some kind of historical placard on the side.
I don't even see. Yeah, I do see that. But I'm trying to figure out where this church is, but I know it's around here. Is this the church?
Shut up so I can fix this.
There's a church there.
She's like,
Yeah, I can't tell. I don't know.
she's almost like that.
I don't know, guys.
Turn left onto State Street, then turn left onto Chalmers Street.
It's 350 feet. We're in the area. We're just looking for parking.
I sent you my location. Look at my text.
Okay, so
Oh, no, never mind. Just park closer here. Find parking.
okay. We just parked and Imani and Jamal there right across the street. Imani, Jamal, Cloudy, Cindy, and Katie. They actually got here before us. So anyway,
Mommy wants me to carry her
Sarah, Charlie, give me a hand.
milking bottle.
What? Okay, so we are here and we met them. Here they are. Hey guys.
Hi.
Hey Cindy. Hi.
What's up, Joshua?
Hey Cloudy.
Feeling good?
Did you Google the church?
Yeah, 20 minutes.
Hold the bottle.
20-minute walk.
Yeah, we passed it the last time we were here. Isn't it a cute, quaint town, Imani?
I was kind of surprised that it's so like many people.
Oh yeah.
Katie.
Oh, I gotta do this, guys. I gotta do this. Can we do this? I don't care how much it costs. I need to do this.
I don't know where to go.
They're over there somewhere. Back up away from the horse. Back away from the horse.
On our right hand side.
You're not listening.
Joshua and Charlie.
If that horse kicks you, you're gonna be dead.
That horse will not kick us. It would not be able to get close.
The last one tried to walk on me. I was standing backwards in my mouth.
Yeah, she'll take you for a tour. You guys wanna do that? Around Charleston?
Charlie, this is your town. Tell them that you're the owner and you're back. And you're gonna get things straightened out in this town.
Would you just lay it in the road, put dirt over the top so that way when it rains, your horse can
Why not? Mommy just told everyone to back up while we move closer so she can get mad at me. That doesn't make sense.
Come on, you don't want to spook the horse.
Sidewalks! I've been doing that.
Yeah, they'll give you a history of the town and everything. Look at the cobblestone streets, guys. Ooh, look at that. You know how old these are?
You know, 40% of all slaves that came to the United States came in through Charleston.
Wow.
70% came from New Orleans and Charleston.
Oh, wow.
So 7 out of 10 of all slaves, or anybody who had ancestors slaves, they came in through those ports.
Let's take a picture real quick since you're over here.
It looks like natural river rock to me. It's like, you can see how the stone is rounded shape from sand and water washing over it. It's not cut stone, it's actual real stone.
Right.
The trade did not fit the image of a genteel city. So the council banned slave selling on the streets.
Look at the chain, what type of chains they had them in. You see that?
What is that?
So this is what they used to cut the cotton, and that's what they gathered it with. Sweetgrass basket.
Charlie wants to know what this is. This is it's a rattle leg shackle, so they'd have it around their ankle.
When they move, it makes noise.
Made it easier for owners to find an escaped slave. So there's a hollow area and inside, and they put like pebbles in there, so you hear the sound every time they move. It helped them to find the slaves when the slaves escape. Okay?
Hunts in the skin. It says the web son that here cut into the skin should not to use them because whip marks
Evidence
of
an unruly slave would depreciate the value of the human property. And I don't believe that very much either, but okay.
And like places like Colombia and stuff like that. Colombia has one of the highest black populations in the world, like countrywide.
Next to America, the highest is
trade was so high over there as well.
Brazil,
high too. Colombia, all those places.
Venezuela side too. Because like if you think about it, Brazil is like the big population, like the mouse. Like
It's because, like I said, with the trade wind, because of the trade wind, for those that went down further, the trade wind allowed them to go across instead of having to go like all the way so they're across.
This around their ankles, and they would pick the long pins through it.
Isn't it interesting?
This would go around their ankles.
Spain
They would be barely able to move their feet when they walk.
right? So that's hard to run like that, right? If you got the chain there, right? It would be kind of hard to run.
Yeah.
You're not taking really big steps at a time. You're trying to move really quickly.
Because it has
Right.
just a bar going across.
like this.
So that whole thing will just like cut
Right, pretty much.
as you're moving, cutting your legs.
And see, they pack them in the ships like sardines, guys.
I guess these are just tools, but that's a yoke. I guess it's a human yoke. I don't know.
Let's go look on the other side.
Put your hands on it. Looks like it goes over the shoulders.
It goes to, what does it say right there?
Pretty much a beast of burden. Okay, rice was grown. Major crop. The sickle for harvesting and the flail for threshing. Yeah, so this was for carrying rice. So they had that on their shoulder and they had a bucket of rice on each end of the yoke.
That
They
just
were
makes it
carrying.
harder. Why can't we just hold it?
So this thing here was what they used to cut the rice.
It's so hard. Why can't we just hold it?
That's the whip?
I don't know what it is.
Yeah, I think it is. It says it's a whip.
An old leather whip.
It looks like wood.
Yeah, but it's so old, that's why.
Alright.
It's almost dried out completely. If you probably touched it, it would crumble.
Look at his back. You see that? That's what they would whip them with. You see that, Charlie? Look at his back. That's pretty sad, right? It's very sad.
It said of the 15 slave owners who owned over 500 slaves, 8 of them were from South Carolina.
Did you understand that?
So historically, there was only 15 slave owners that owned more than 500 slaves.
Oh, and 8 of them were
of those
here.
15, 8
Oh,
of them
wow.
were huge plantations in South
Oh,
Carolina.
wow. Yeah, it stands to reason.
Rice and cotton
The
is
plantations, yeah, the cotton and stuff. Yeah, it stands to reason.
That's what I was saying. Probably like even if you look like they still have like huge remnants of plantations still.
Right. Oh, yeah. I've seen them. Huge cotton fields.
You see the yoke that they carried the rice?
That's what we were trying to figure out.
Do they put it over their shoulder? Or is it
It's on the shoulder.
and then they put it on each side?
Hollowed out so it fits over the shoulder and around the neck. And then you have a bucket on
On
each.
each side.
Right.
On the hooks on the bottom.
Or do they just slice it and then put it in?
I guess when they harvest it, they put it.
Most paid $905 individually. And then you wonder how these families with all this wealth were built.
$12,000, which would be $12,000 in 2018.
Yeah, but you wonder how these families get all their lineages of wealth.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
It's built off of this stuff. They were balling back then, yeah.
Terrible. This is Old Slave Mart Museum. This location is actually the exhibition place, actually the showroom for the slaves, and pretty much a holding place for them as well. The guide was telling us that it was pens and like a jail area in the back of this building where they actually held the slaves prior to, just before selling them. Jamal, you're going to tell us the history of the building?
Yeah, it was a part attached to, like on the back of it, they only have the little part as the museum, but on the back of it, it opened up into like a full-on like market to where they used to buy and sell and trade slaves over here and stuff like that. They said the last slave trade was in 1865. So
The last auction that was held here
if
was
you just imagine that, but that doesn't necessarily mean obviously that slavery ended in the area in 1865.
Right.
Because we know that a lot of slaves didn't even know they were freed, you know,
Right.
past the
And then they did it.
Civil War.
They did it underground in the black market anyway.
And they did it in the black market still, buying, selling, and trading.
There's a lot of interesting facts on it.
What did you feel about the museum?
How did I feel about it?
What do you think about it?
It's like a really big historical site. Why don't they put state support into this, or federal money? And
so Sam stopped it. Sam's saying that he thinks it could have been bigger.
Have a bigger collection of items and more better details. I think it was okay, but just for me, I think it could be better.
Yeah. Okay. So Sam thought it could have been bigger and
not necessarily bigger physically, because
but like more historical
We're not waiting.
artifacts.
You guys can go on in if you want.
Let's come out of the way. Okay, so Sam thought it could be bigger. So as far as the historical artifacts, but nevertheless, there were some interesting information that you could obtain out of there. Does anybody know if Imani's okay?
Yeah, I just found her.
there she is right there. What happened to her?
I guess she probably read more than we did.
Oh.
All right, guys, where to now?
Slavery, like, to be illegal off the streets of Charleston. So that's why they moved it into like an indoor facility.
Okay, so this is the indoor facility that they moved it into. So this building is actually the
it's like an exhibition building. Almost.
Right, it's an exhibition building.
Yeah.
Pretty much a showroom.
Yeah, but they also used to have like almost like a medical wing here, a morgue as well, and like some holding pens, like Sam was saying
And they
too.
had a place to feed them. I guess they were.
Oh yeah.
To fatten them up.
Like a kitchen.
Just before selling. So we're gonna go take a look at the also the actual well, that's what one of the things that I read said. Just before they sold them, they would try and, I guess, fatten them up and grease them with oil and stuff like that to make them look more
attractive,
healthy, and and grease their skin and make them dance and stuff like that, to do exercises to make this, you know, their muscle tone show a little bit better. What are your thoughts, Imani, about the museum?
About the museum? It had a lot of information. Like, if you are in school, or really, you don't really learn how bad slavery was. Most people don't learn until they are in college, and they learn certain things in college, depending on what classes you take too, because I took an African American humanities class, so I learned a lot of information from that course than I had ever known when I was in high school. So a lot of times people try to make it seem like kind of cut and dry, when it was like a messy process. Anyway, slavery was very, very messy, and a lot of times people try to make it, you know, fit into this little box, like, oh yeah, bought slaves, sold traded slaves, and very transactional side, instead of like really getting into how it really broke certain, like, it broke a certain group of people in this country, and they saw black people as property and not human beings. They saw them as like animals. It was almost like cattle. Like, okay, I need these cows for my farm, let me buy all of them, make them do what I want, profit off of them. So we weren't humans, they were slaves, animals to them. So yeah,
Money has a question for me.
There's a lot of, you know,
Sam,
people that were in there. So I was wondering, how many of those people do you think come to things like this, like museums like this, that are racist?
That's an interesting question.
So I was just wondering.
That's an interesting question. I kind of wondered the same thing. What is the motive?
Why do they
what drives them to even be here? Are they the sympathetic ones,
or are they just like, oh, this is just
a part of
history? Like, it is a part of history, but like, how do
with no real connection to the systemic racism today?
Like, you just see it as just obviously it's a fact of history, but how do you approach that fact? Are you approaching it as, oh, like, kind of dismissing it and not really feeling a connection with the hurt that was experienced with that group of people? Or, you know, are you coming in there and you're like, okay, I want to learn and I want to be open to seeing other people's experiences in this country? So,
yeah, that's very true, Imani. Very good point. It's amazing that you're standing in the exact same spot where your ancestors were shuffled through here.
It's crazy.
It's crazy to even think about that.
The museum was literally a showroom, which is weird to say about human people, that
there's a showroom, right?
People to buy and sell. Like, that's just
crazy.
Disgusting.
Crazy thought.
You know, I think more people should really look into the history.
Right.
Just really, really look into it, because it confuses me a lot of times when people who are like Confederates, and, you know, when they fly those flags, like, what does it mean to them? Like, do they really know the history? And then they argue that, oh, it's not about slavery. Yes, it is. Yes, it was. Like, and it's like, are you saying that just because you're ignorant and you don't really know that that's the history, or like you just don't care?
I think it's a combination of both.
Yeah.
Never had a conversation with people that have Southern pride and they fly the flag.
Right. I actually have. Yeah. And that's why I said it's a combination of both ignorance and they just don't care.
Intelligent person.
Oh, well, I mean, I feel like a lot of people that support it
because there are plenty of ignorant people.
But when you say intelligent,
on both sides,
right?
I mean, knowledgeable of everything that you're talking about.
Right.
But when still, they have the pride of their their country and their state.
Right.
Even though they know the history, and they know the history was not pretty.
Okay, but that means you're proud of some really ugly things.
Ugly,
because it comes along with everything. You're proud of those ugly things. You're okay with those ugly things.
Not necessarily.
Well, how do you separate it?
That's my question.
How do you separate it?
If you know all of that stuff, and
well, I'm just saying, you're saying another point of view, so I'm just asking you to substantiate that, to support that.
I'm not going to be able to do that because I don't have those feelings.
Right, and
again, for the South, because I'm not defending that.
Okay.
I can't defend that.
You were just saying, like, have I ever had a conversation with somebody who knows all of that?
Right, you can't say intelligent.
In their community and where they live, and this is home to them, and they know about the past.
Okay.
But, and I don't think they try to separate. I mean, I can't imagine that they would try to separate.
Right, but when you show that pride, you take the good, the bad, the ugly, and everything that goes along with it.
I'm not trying to promote and advocate.
Right.
I'm just saying that, you know, you're from Barbados, you're proud to be from Barbados.
Right.
No matter what.
But I think it's a different thing when you separate the South from the rest of America.
Right.
When you have specifically Southern pride, when you're saying, like, flying the Confederate flag, that's something separate from just, you know, because we all know what that specifically represents.
Right, right.
You see those mantles there? Mm-hmm. That's gas coming out into that cloth mantle.
Yeah.
And the mantle is ash.
Mm-hmm.
So they're using natural gas to light the streets.
Okay. Pretty cool.
Really old-fashioned there.
Wow.
Hear about gas lights, that's what that is.
Okay.
There's no electricity there. Did you guys see the gas lights? These are gas lights. They're not electric. So that is it's nothing but natural gas.
That is an interesting roof. Look at the roof, guys. Isn't that an interesting roof? Mm-hmm.
Even outside, too.
You can go in there?
Our gallery, Charleston Gallery Association.
You want to go?
Written and illustrated by.
They wanted to go.
Oh.
You're doing amazing.
I think Imani just wanted to take a picture in the art, the gallery.
We saw it on the way
wall
to
with
you
the,
guys, and Joel took a video on there.
Oh, did you?
The vines are really
cool. Come in with me, Sam. Take a picture.
You don't want the darker, right?
And guys, I'm getting ready to get ran over by a horse just to capture this building right here. Let's see. What do they catch? What do we catch the buggies? What do we catch the buggies?
At 14 Anson Street, just north of the market.
Thank you. Whatever, they know what I'm talking about. Carts, horse and carriage. They know what I'm talking about. What is this building right here? Does anybody know?
It's called St. Philip's Church.
Sammy, you should be able to drive.
And what's the history on this church? Does anybody know?
No, I don't know.
Okay, so we'll look it up.
I know it's a French church.
You stop talking to people like that. Just because you're mad.
The street said French Quarter.
French Quarter? Mm-hmm. Okay. Oh, it's a graveyard over there too. Look at that.
It's a left up the street, the first street.
Where's that?
That's where we park. There's the church. We park right next to the church.
Okay.
I'll tell you the First Methodist in Charleston.
Mm-hmm.
That little building right there is the oldest public building in the entire state of South Carolina, right there. That
Beautiful horse. Guys, look at the horse next to you.
Yeah, it's very old. That is the powder magnet. So right next to you.
she's barking. She's probably just barking at the people. You see the
rams
heads that they have up there?
The ram and the skulls.
They thought that was strange. I can't really see it. Okay, I can now.
I don't know how strange that is, but it does look different.
We're just wondering why. Why that
design?
Yeah. Oh, the marketplace is really long.
Okay, yeah, we've been here before. Yeah, the last time we were here.
There's a carriage tour that right there, Mom.
Okay, so let's.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, we've been here the last time. Remember? Oh, what are we doing now, guys? Are we gonna eat?
Yeah.
Looks like there's a booth there, but they're sold out today on the carriage tickets.
Oh, okay. So we're not gonna be able to take the carriage ride today.
No,
Okay.
There may be another one.
Another one, yeah. Okay. It's a National Historic Landmark.
We have to go in with like only so much cash.
So it's either Asian fusion, just fine prints. Like, what's the burgers called?
Oh, I meant like up here.
Oh, this is a 12-minute walk.
Okay, so which way do you guys want to go?
Katie, come
Because
on.
I could wrap it up and go to Star's house.
Oh my gosh, let's do that.
Make direct eye contact.
New Orleans and Charleston combined brought in 70% of all slaves. But Virginia,
I would have thought Jamestown would have been.
Jamestown was a big. He was saying that too when we went
I
in
know.
Jamestown was
I've
a big.
been there.
So why did he tell us the history of his family? Why was he telling us the history of his family?
Because people would be wondering why.
But he was a white man, but yeah.
Really?
Oh.
Maybe also so
I think he was
more
acting
like.
No,
He said he was
black.
white and black.
Yeah, that's what he said.
I think also he mentions that, like, I guess for his credibility, like
Oh.
like
That he was
showing
so
that
deeply
he's
rooted in
native from the
Charleston.
area, he grew up here.
Right,
like,
right.
I can't wait for us to do.
Yeah.
Just jump. God bless you. That was me when I was about to bunch of
Take it easy, okay? Not the baby.
do myself.
That was me when you guys had me on zip lining in Costa Rica. I was like this.
Hey, the food was good.
Yes, the food was so good.
Yeah, the food was good. Thank you.
Thanks, sis. God bless you. Okay.
Bye-bye.
Sam, come on.
Thank you.
Charlie, Joshua, Katie.
What did you
Y'all
say?
better make sure y'all use the bathroom.
Because you know I'm not stopping.
Jamal ain't stopping, so make sure you use the bathroom.
We're not even stopping sight.
Y'all already got your clothes in the car? Y'all gotta remember.
No, we gotta go back.
Phone is acting really weird over there because I keep losing service. So
Oh, it's not picking up.
sometimes I have service, and sometimes I don't. So I don't get any phone calls. I can't make any phone calls
Go
out.
grandma, go straight to sleep.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
Leave early.
Mommy said she has that trouble.
I don't know. I didn't ask her. Or I didn't ask him either. I don't know.
Been here that long.
But mine keeps dropping service. Sam's is too.
You got here Friday.
What are y'all having?
I think we're upstairs, not in the bathroom.
Yeah, T-Mobile.
No wonder.
Yeah.
Thanks for the dinner.
Say
We
goodbye.
appreciated it very much.
You're welcome.
Okay. Yes.
One of the ball matches.
Keep riding the bike.
I'm tired.
You just remember to bring it back.
You guys have a pumper now.
What?
I love this one.
All right, Star. I love you.
Oh, we're gonna drink this as well.